We just got some important news about ROSD that you need to see right away. Today, we're going to talk about that news in detail and explain why it's so important for XRP going forward. This movie will explain that and also talk about a news story that today caused the prices of cryptocurrencies to drop sharply. In this video, I want to show you guys why the market is totally wrong and why what we're seeing might actually be very bullish. Your help is very much appreciated as always. Thanks a lot. Thank you to everyone who liked the movies and signed up for the channel. These two easy things help me a lot. Also, if you want to buy some XRP, check out the list of my best streams that I put at the bottom of this video. So, don't forget to click on the link, and I hope you enjoy the material. I want to start this movie by talking about the ROUSD news. I thought this was a mistake because the numbers were so bullish that I didn't think they could be right, but what we just got, something amazing that came from Ripple, a source that you can trust, about ROUSD. It was only a few days ago that we learned ROUSD is rising faster than any of Ripple's own metrics. That's great to hear because I've been watching ROUSD grow and thinking, wow, this is really good. It's also great to hear that even Ripple is impressed with how quickly it's getting on in the market. Now, I'd like to tell you about a very interesting number that was just reported from Ripple. I saw it a while ago but didn't believe it was real, but it looks like Ripple is now reporting on it. The market cap of ROUSD is getting close to $250 million, which is great, but not that surprising. But what's shocking is that trade volume is getting close to $10 billion. The market cap is only $250 million, but there are close to 10 billion trades every day. This is one of the most interesting things I have ever seen. The only thing this could really mean is that a lot of people are trading RLUSD, which is causing a lot of volume, even though not much RLUSD is being issued. That means that this RLUSD is probably being used for high-value reasons. A lot of people who use it aren't just sitting on it and doing nothing. In fact, they're using it for real business reasons. RLUSD is now also part of Ripple payments, which means that banks can use it to send money using the power of XRP. And I think that last part is the most important thing to remember because many people are scared that RLUSD will just replace XRP because of how well it has done. Also, guys, you need to know that stablecoins are what are known as given assets. Stablecoins are made by a single authority. They are given out by a provider. When it comes to XRP, there is no one who issues it. XRP was made by the open public XRP ledger, which was made by Ripple. This means that these things are different by nature. Because RLUSD was created on the XRP ledger, there would be no RLUSD. If the RLUSD isn't able to work by itself, a very important part of it is the XRP system which it runs on. It's kind of like the App Store in a way. Of course, every app has some use, but the App Store and the iPhone have a lot more use because they're what made these apps popular in the first place. You could never have something like an app store without these other things. You could never have just an app. This is a very important thing to remember for the growth of both XRP and our USD. The XRP record is like the App Store and the iPhone put together. Our USD is like an app. The core feature of both XRP and the XRP ledger is what makes these other products possible. Without them, none of this would be possible. People who say stablecoins will replace XRP and all other cryptocurrencies are just not understanding how these two technologies work. It is very important to have stablecoins because people want to be able to use units that are worth dollars on the blockchain, but they don't work by magic on their own. For them to work, these public decentralized networks are necessary, and XRP is a key part of keeping the XRP record public and decentralized. XRP also provides decentralized neutral funding for the chain, and everything that is released on the XRP ledger will need to be able to be sold at some point. This is how a lot of people looked at things in the beginning. They thought of XRP as a way to pay. At the end of the day, though, it's more of a liquidity token than a funds coin. This was broken down by David Schwartz when he talked about his brand concept for the XRP ledger. He thinks that XRP can join any kind of asset anywhere in the world for free and without a central bank, making XRP the way to go for anything that needs to be paid for or has its value changed. And now I think this is about a lot more than just looking at something to pay for, because cash flow is the most important thing in the whole banking system. People can use XRP, which is a new kind of neutral, decentralized public funding, without having to worry about getting permission to do so. Another thing I want to talk about quickly that has to do with RLUSD is why haven't companies like Uphold and Coinbase actually combined with RLUSD? I think this is something else that a lot of people have asked. In fact, Kraken just told us today that they are going to start printing central RLUSD. Also, I believe people should know one thing. A centralized stablecoin like RLUSD needs to have a certain amount of liquidity in order to be issued on these different centralized exchanges. If it was added right away, it could be very bad for Coinbase because it has so many users and big buyers. In other words, a lot of people would want to mint RLUSD, which could make the price of RLUSD drop if Ripple wasn't ready to meet the redemptions. Also, this is a very interesting thing about stablecoins because the stablecoin is backed by the banking system. And if a lot of people put money into RLUSD without being ready for that level of ramp up, the stablecoin could lose its value, which is the last thing Ripple wants to happen. It makes a lot of sense to add more money to something like RLUSD because of this. So instead of putting on Coinbase day one, they said, hey, let's go list on some smaller exchanges and get some liquidity going before we bring it to the big guys. We know this is ready for the big time now. Now, I really believe this is the best way to go about things. To add to what I already said, Kraken just said today that they are supporting RLUSD. Because of this, I think you'll keep seeing more and more big exchanges back RLUSD. And I totally get why Ripple didn't want to start on one of these big markets. There are too many risks when so much cash is sucked into such a small asset at once. That cash flow needs to be built up over time. That's it for this video. I want to talk about what's going on in the market right now because I know a lot of you are wondering how this market is responding to all the good news in the cryptocurrency industry. And guys, there is one story that is driving the world market, and that story is taxes. We learned earlier today that new tariffs are going into effect, and the market responded properly. But there's something important I want you to know. This is how the market reacted to those taxes. This shows how sensitive the market is right now to any news about tariffs. It's your choice to call today Trump's Independence Day or Liberation Day, and his Liberation Day was when he basically made a big deal about putting more taxes on goods. Things like XRP didn't really respond much to this news, which is a very interesting thing to note. Yes, there was a sell-off at the start because of fear, but look at where XRP is selling now. It's moving pretty much in the same range that we've been keeping an eye on since November. So, did this news really make XRP change? Some people might say yes, but I don't think so because it's not that big of a deal compared to how volatile XRP is all the time. One very important thing this tells me, it's not really making a difference for XRP anymore with this news about tariffs. I think the market is already taking into account what Trump says about taxes at this point. The market is beginning to think that this news about tariffs may not be good. I don't agree with you. I personally think it won't be bad at all, and if anything, it will be very bullish. But the market is starting to take that in and isn't reacting as strongly as it used to. I mean, when we first heard about tariffs, there was a big sell-off or liquidation event. A lot of people were scared. People were throwing away. Now we're getting even more taxes, some of the biggest ones we've ever seen. Also, the market isn't really doing anything. We'll go on. In the end, it's a pretty clear reason why. In the US, we've had taxes before, even during Trump's first term. Look at this graph. When Trump first put tariffs in place, the market reacted very strongly. The market did the same thing it's doing now. It was sold.